Are the DIY designer boxes worth the money from Thredup? I'm going to go over a box that I opened a year ago, tell you what was in the box, where it sold, how much it sold for, and did I make a profit on this box or did I lose money? Hi y'all, it's Christina with Stina Resells. I'm a part-time reseller on platforms like Poshmark, eBay, and The Real. And I love doing unboxings on this channel and opening especially the designer boxes, the fun boxes, and I've recently been enjoying the jewelry boxes also from Thredup and sharing those with you on this channel. I also started doing recaps of these boxes like what I'm doing today, so I can tell you how much I profited or how much I lost on these different boxes so that you can decide whether or not it is worth it to order one if you come across one on their website. So the box that I'm going to recap today is the DIY designer box, and this one I purchased a year ago. It came from Mechanicsburg, I believe, and this is when the boxes were $120. So now the boxes, you also have to pay sales tax and you have to pay shipping, and they are $140. So you're looking at an all-in cost that's pretty high. I mean, you've got to really sell some of these items for a decent profit in order to make your money back and to also make it worth the time and effort, because the items come to you maybe needing mending. And you'll see that a little bit in this box. And so you do have to put some time and effort into rehabbing some of these items if you want to make a decent profit on the box. So let's get into it. The first item that was in this box was a Burberry trench coat, and this ended up being a men's coat, and I'm going to show it to you because I haven't listed it yet. So spoiler alert, answer zero as far as what I've made on this one, but it's a super nice coat. I'm going to show it here. Okay, it's the classic trench from Burberry with the checked print on the inside. Let me show you why I haven't listed or sold this one yet. And by the way, my plan with this coat is to send it into The Real for them to sell it. However, it is damaged, which I don't know if I noticed in the original unboxing or not. I will link that unboxing above if you want to go through and watch me unboxing each item. So here's the Burberry London tag, and the size, forgot the size on this. Does it say on here? No, it's probably in the pocket. Let's see if I can find it for you guys. Either way, I'm going to show you what the issue is with this one. Okay, I'm not finding it like right off the bat here, so I'll post it on the screen for you. Okay, so the problem with this coat, even though there's no staining or anything like that, it is with this back seam of the jacket. It is, well, I have it, actually, I have it, tacked together some here. I had to re-tack this entire seam. The problem is down here where I have these pins, I can't sew it there. So I'm going to have to use like a glue or an adhesive bond, and I just haven't done it yet. By the time I got around to getting to the second step of the mending for this, I thought I might as well just wait till the fall and then send this into The Real. So that is my last step that I have left to do with this one, is just using like a bond and then retacking that. The reason is because this lining, if you sew the whole thing, you'll end up sewing the lining into it, and the lining is not attached to the exterior of the jacket where the seam is. I don't know if that makes sense, but that was the main problem with this. This entire seam on the back of the coat was opened, like it had ripped open. Luckily, it had ripped right at the seam, which was great. which made it easier to fix, but it still needs a little bit of work before I send that one in. So again, that's my example of you've got to make sure you have some time and you're ready to put some effort into some of these items. Because right now, for that Burberry coat, it's a 0. The next item that was in the box was by the brand Bagley Mishka, and it was a beautiful strapless green dress. I was on the fence about whether or not to send this one into the Real. I ended up going ahead and sending it in with my shipment that month, and I knew it wasn't going to sell for a ton because the Bagley Mishkas tend to sit there for a while depending on the style. I really thought the style on this one was going to sell it, and it actually did sell pretty quickly. The problem was that somebody returned it. And my experience is when you have something that is purchased quickly and then it is returned, for whatever reason, once it gets relisted or reposted for sale, it takes forever to sell and usually sells for much lower cost. I'm dealing with that right now, believe it or not, with a pair of Gucci slides that I sent in. They were purchased right away and then they were returned and they still haven't sold, and they just keep dropping the price and dropping the price trying to get them to sell. That's what happened with this dress. It did end up selling on the Real for $42.50, you guys, and my commission was a measly $9. Okay, that one I should have ended up selling myself. But like I said, if they would have sold it for what it, if that sale would have lasted the first one when it sold, it would have been fine. Okay, the second item that was in the box is one that I listed for a while myself, and then I ended up sending in because I got like no attention. And that was this black and white Alexander Wang dress. It looks like it's almost like a separate blouse, like white blouse and then black skirt, but it's one piece. It's very classic, but it also looks kind of basic, I feel like, in the photographs. So it took a long time to sell, and it only ended up selling for $24 on the Real. And so my commission on that was $5. So that one definitely did not make my money back on that cost of goods. The next item that was in the box was one I was pretty excited about when I unboxed and honestly thought that it would sell right away. It did take me a little while to list it. I'm like sometimes the worst reseller ever. I get really behind on listing during busy seasons in my full time, and that's probably what happened with this one. But anyways, it's a pair of Gucci sunglasses, and they're kind of that wraparound style, oversized style. It came in a case, which is always great, except the case super beat up. Again, that's fine. And the glasses are overall in pretty good shape. The problem is, and I don't know what this person did, if maybe they shoved them in somewhere they didn't belong or what, but on both lenses in the same spot, like right here, there's two huge, and not even scratches, but like scuffs. So it's not just like a hairline scratch. It's like these kind of large scuffs right here. Those, of course, the Real will not take. I didn't even bother sending them in. I have them listed myself. They have not sold. They have gotten a decent amount of interest. So at some point I'll drop the price enough that somebody will go ahead and buy them. So for the purposes of this video, 0. The next item that was in the box was by the brand D&G, which is the diffusion line for Dolce & Gabbana, pair of black cargo pants. They were in great condition. I did list these also myself for a while, 0 interest. And so I ended up just sending them into the Real. They did sell for $38.50. And then I got an $8 commission off of those. The next item that was in the box was a blue Longchamp bag. It's one of kind of the larger, not the largest, but okay, medium size for Longchamp, I guess, bags. And one in the classic blue with the brown trim. It's still sitting in my closet. It's pretty damaged. It's got holes at each corner, which is typical on a Longchamp if you've used it enough. But It just is still sitting there. It eventually will sell. The Longchamps do get a decent amount of attention. I may have to relist it again. We'll see. But right now, it's 0. The next item, or the last item that was in this box, was my big seller for this one, and that was a pair of vintage Chanel bronze flats. And these had kind of that vintage double C logo on the front, and they were, besides a little scuffing around the toe, in great condition. These I sent into the Referral because I knew that they would sell quickly there. They did, and they sold for $157.50. My commission on that was $71. So it's always my intention that if I know something will list for around 200 or more, then that is when I send it in right away. And if it's in great condition, that I know that the Referral will accept. My other decision that I make when I'm trying to decide about the Referral is maybe if I've listed something, even though I know I'm not going to get a big commission through the Referral, if it's been in my closet for a while with like no attention, then I will just pull it down and send it in, especially when they have different promotions going on based on maybe how many items you're consigning. You can get like a site credit or something like that. And that is what I'm actually going to be working on next. Is I'm doing a big consignment for them because they are having a promotion for August based on the number of items that you consign. So I have a huge stockpile of items that I'm going to be sending into them. I am going to be recording that this week, and I will post that next week so you can kind of see what I'm expecting to make off of each item, maybe what I had to do to the item to get it in selling condition, etc. So we'll do a real video next week. But this box, again, was $120 when I bought it last year. My total revenue on the items that I've sold so far was $262.50. However, when you subtract out the commissions that the Referral kept and then the cost of the box, I am at a negative on this one of $27. So the question at the beginning of the video, is it worth it to spend the money and the time on these designer boxes? I mean, that depends. Some boxes I've had a huge profit, and some boxes I've had a huge loss. This one, in my opinion, is worth it. After I fix up the Burberry and get that sold and those Gucci sunglasses sell, I'm definitely going to be making a profit on this box. My advice to you is if you're considering it, go for it. I think it's fun. Try one, see what you think, and see what kind of rehab those items need. If you don't have the time or the patience on rehabbing and waiting for some of these luxury items to sell, then maybe it's not the box for you. I enjoy it, but sometimes you get a box where all the items need a lot of work, and that can be rough. So this one wasn't too bad. Just the Burberry Coat and some little small repairs on other items. And I think eventually I will make a profit on this box. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be back later this week with another unboxing. I'm going to also be doing a rehab video on the Golden Goose bag that I unboxed a couple weeks ago. So join me for that. I figured out how to fix it up to send it into the Referral. And then next week I will have a video about the Referral and the consignment that I am preparing for them. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Bye y'all.